This is our annual fill me up, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, here's our to Jack.
To Jack.
The Gentleman Jack.
It's a tradition.
The tradition. The tradition continues with the three amigos.
Yeah. So the story goes, long time. Well, you guys remember Patrick, Pierce, and Jeff and I we've always been close friends, and Pat and Pierce had been friends for a long time, and that's how I met Pat, through Pierce. And I had been playing music since I was in kindergarten. You know, and my dad got me my first guitar when I was in kindergarten, and so I had been playing for a long time, but I would always play by myself. I didn't know. I mean, when you're so young, nobody else in 4th and 5th grade plays really music.
Unless you're Jaden Carlson.
Yeah, and so I got Jeff to start playing bass, and Jeff's so smart, and Jeff just picked up the bass and was, okay, Dana, I'll come over and play music with you. And then I was like, well, we need a drummer. And I remember Pat was going to Chaminade, and I was like, Pat, you should just play the drums. You should just, I mean, there's no reason not to, right? You're smart, you can figure it out. The drums are not the hardest instrument, right? At the time, that's what I thought. You know, I was like, well, you know, you bang on stuff, right? It's drums. It's not that complicated. And then Pat's like, all right, fine, I'll see if my mom will start giving me drum lessons. And I remember your first drum teacher was Rich at Fazia's.
Yeah, Rich Hensley. And
I remember we started going, and then we started having rehearsals every weekend. And we would just spend, like...
Well, it wasn't really a rehearsal. It was just like, let's play music.
I mean, we didn't even know how to rehearse. We were in the 7th grade. We were just like... Rehearsals consist of getting together and playing music. I don't know what it...
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, go. The 1, 2, 3, go mentality. And then it just kind of skyrocketed from there. And then Patrick ended up being the best one out of all of us. He just, like, took off after a while. It was like... Jeff and I were just like, whoa, all right, yep, Pat's going to work harder than all of us now. And so that's the story of how Pat...
And that was even before Chaminade, he started playing
Well, yeah, like, and he just was so dedicated. I remember he'd, like, sit down and try and give me lessons and just be like, wait, you can do those rhythms and that pattern that fast already?
Well, I knew Patrick had the discipline when, you know, when we would get in my car.
Yeah.
And I had the center console with all the tape cassettes just kind of thrown in there. And Pat would say, Dad, you mind if I organize these for you?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we just put them all in perfect order. And he was so disciplined and organized about stuff, just natural.
Yeah. He's always been organized.
And Marguerite was just this great singing talent on the children's choir. But after 2 weeks, she's like, I'm bored, I'm not going to do that anymore. And she never has really wanted to sing.
Yeah.
And Patrick had the discipline, and you guys saw that when you were...
Oh my God! I mean, well, just like it really evolved over time. Like once you got on your element, you just like loved playing in front of people more than anything. I remember like I'd be like, yeah, let's have a gig. I don't know if we're gonna get paid or anything, but and like I always was the one with all the equipment just because I had been playing for so long and I kind of collected all this stuff. And like I never had anybody to help me move it, and then Patrick was always like willing to help me out and just like lug equipment, even though we weren't even getting paid. It was just like it's just like we were moving stuff, and he would always be there. You know, like I'd say, be here at this time, and he would be there, with, you know, like to just help me lug equipment up and down the stairs. And it was like, remember Jeff would never show up to help us move equipment. It was always you and I, and you were the only one that I trusted to set up my equipment because I was like. I don't trust anybody else. I'll give it to Pat, but unless Pat's there, don't start setting it up.
That's good. Should I?
What do you think? Is this like the 3rd or 4th year we've done that?
Yeah. Hopefully more. Hopefully more. I come back for this.
Definitely a good tradition.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Yeah. And hopefully we'll have many more of these.
Many more.
Yeah.